Hello YouTube, some goodies have arrived. It's the Cymarc gear change enhancer, and today I'm going to be fitting it and showing you how to fit it, and then I will take my bike for a test ride and see if it makes any difference at all. So stick with us and let's see how it goes. Right, let's get the packet open and see what's in here. Okay. Right, so first off, got a sticker. Always nice to have stickers. A receipt, a little thank you note, instructions, and they are short as expected. Pretty simple and straightforward. So you also get 5 new flange nuts, which is nice. And this is the adapter plate. Now looking at this has been machined and then ground as well. You can see the machining marks and it's very nicely made. And it's got the V for V-Strom, I would imagine, so it obviously goes on that way around. Right, so the tools you're going to need are first and foremost a service manual, followed by breaker bar, torque wrenches, a normal wrench and relevant sockets, and a little bit of Loctite for the studs. Some rubber gloves never go amiss either. So let's get this started, I suppose. Right, so with the bike on a centre stand, we are going to take the back wheel off. As with all stuff like this, it's right tightly to loosen it. That's enough with the breaker bar. I can take the rest off just with a normal ratchet now. There's the axle nut and the washer. And there is the rear axle. Now we're going to pull this out, take the wheel off and put the axle to one side. You need to roll the wheel forwards a little bit so that you can take the chain off and just rest that on the rear swinging arm. And then your wheel should just slide out. Make sure that you with your wheels. You find that there are spacers, one on this side and one on this side, and as you can see they're different sizes, so make sure when you put them back together that they are the right way around. As for securing your rear brake caliper, a bit of paracord tied around the caliper and onto the swinging arm will stop it hanging from the brake line. Or in this case from the pannier rack. Right, let's get the sprocket off. Right, so hopefully as you can see I've got my wheel resting on two pieces of wood. These bits of wood go underneath the actual metal piece of the rim, and it's to make sure that your brake disc, which is on the bottom side down here, doesn't touch the ground. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 studs, and we're just going to take each one of them off. Doesn't really matter, there's no particular order for taking them off, and there's no specific instructions for taking them off, although when you put them back on you need to do them in a crisscross pattern. And a breaker bar is essential. Right, I managed to get it off with a bit of brute force and ignorance. The sprocket was stuck on there thanks to all this Loctite that's on the sprocket carrier assembly, and all I simply did was hit the top of the studs with a hammer, and the sprocket eventually came loose. So now I'm going to clean this sprocket up and then fit the other stuff. So for anything like this, just multi-purpose grease. It's about £10 in Halfords for a big tub like this, and this will last years. All you do is fit it to any metal to metal bearing surfaces. And that is it. Get this grease off my hands. Right, so next is a fun bit, our gear change enhancer. Well, that fits straight on, no problems. Get rid of this grease. And then your nice new clean sprocket, or old sprocket as the case may be. Oh. Turns out I don't need to Loctite it because there's already a little bit in here, although it's not a lot, so I'll stick a little bit more on. I'll just apply it straight to the nuts. Right, so when you're putting these nuts back on, just tighten down by hand until it just touches the metal surface. And then we're going to use a torque wrench to torque it up. Now the manual says 60 Newton meters, however we don't do that in one pass. So that's on 60. What I'm going to do is start with this. So all I'm going to do is just tighten down a little bit, come across the sprocket, tighten down a little bit more, across the sprocket, come down a little bit more, and just do it in a crisscross pattern like that, so that it all gets torqued up evenly. Now I'm going to switch across to the torque wrench. And I'm still not taking it to its final torque yet. Now I'll better take it to its final torque. One, two, three, 4, 5. That's that, all torqued up. So all I'm going to do now is wipe off the excess Loctite. Now the next thing is to clean and re-grease the spacers. Right, so I've got everything lined up ready to go, and I'm just now going to grease the spacers. Fat one on the left. Don't be shy about using a lot of grease because it helps it stick in its hole. Of course, make sure you grease your axle as well. Time for some fresh gloves. Right, I must apologise by the way for all the background noises. I'm obviously doing this in my driveway and it's a relatively busy road. Now, things rotate and move all the time, so we just need to straighten this up like that. Now I've got it through on both sides with the spacers, so I'm just going to knock it home. Then clean up any grease. Next thing is to fit the spacer and the axle nut and tighten them up to 100 Newton meters. You obviously just want to make sure that your tyre is fully forwards. I can take the gloves off because that's the end of the dirty jobs. Just make sure that your tyre rotates properly. Yeah. And your back brake works. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see, that wasn't a particularly difficult job. It took about 10-15 minutes. You don't need many tools to do it. It's a nice quality part. The next thing is to see how it goes. So wish me luck, and I will see you on the bike in a minute. So you're now joining me out on the bike after fitting the Cymarc gear change enhancer. And I have to say that at first I was sceptical. I didn't think it would actually work, and although I'd heard good reviews of it, I never knew if there were vested interests at play or whether it was just people hoping that it would work and transferring that onto the actual mechanism. However, I'm very pleased to say that it does work. It makes a massive difference. It's taken the gearbox from something that felt agricultural and cheap to something that now feels fairly refined and smooth and much easier to use, I might say. There's no big clunks as you change into gear now. It just does it as you expect it would do. And changing down is a lot smoother as well. So for £35.99 for the part, plus £6 for signed for delivery. Yeah, it is signed for. So 42 quid in total. I've got to say I'm really impressed. Now, I paid for this part. I have no affiliation to Cymarc. I'm certainly not been sponsored by them. So you can believe me when I say that it really does make a difference. It's a well worthwhile modification. It's sorted out the majority of the problems that I had with gear changing. I'm not sure about the double clutching thing yet. We'll see. A point to note is that after I fitted it, I did actually have to readjust my chain. It just took up a tiny little bit of extra space, and it tightened my chain up just a little bit past where I'm comfortable with it. However, you may not find the same thing. Yeah, the bike now just slips into gear far easier. I'm very impressed. They've made a very good product down at Cymarc Parts, or rather up at Cymarc Parts from me, because I'm in Oxfordshire. But yeah, to have a handmade part for $35.99 that has such a transformative effect on the bike, I think any owners of a 1000cc V-Strom would be mad not to fit it. So I just want to say a big thank you to the guys at Cymarc Parts, and I will put a link to this product into your website in the description of this video, and hopefully it'll reach some more people. Yeah, so in closing, the Cymarc gear change enhancer for the V-Strom 1000, very quick and easy to fit, took about 15 minutes, and it makes a huge difference. You don't need a lot of tools, literally a socket set, and that's it, and it makes a massive difference. So yeah, go out, buy one and do the mod. I think that's about it, so I will see you next time. Ta-ra!